We survived the week. What's going on, everybody? Beta. Pedro, tell Sark he's the man. Okay, I'll do that. Same as a 5-year streak, a 5-stream streak. Huh. Let's do the math. 2 plus 4, carry the 5 equals fuck you, Beta. And you're right. Jag? What? New phone, who dis? What's up, Space Fox? Stop yelling, my ears hurt. Nah. I seem super loud. All right. Well, is that because you turned the music up? Here, I'll turn me down a little bit. Is that better? You guys okay? Am I hurting your ears? Or are y'all just a bunch of pussies? Good golly. It's the same volume it always is. Listen, the music's low, and then I come in, and you guys think I'm loud. Delicate sensibilities. People bitch when I'm too quiet. They bitch when I'm too loud. Man. Is the volume okay for everybody? What's up, Thomas? Jag, how you been? Haven't seen you in a while.
Lizard.
Oh my God, lizard. But you can hear the lizard now. Lizard. You guys ready for a little Abscission? Little point and click spooky action? It is a hard luck life for a streamer, man. Now you guys got me all paranoid that my microphone's fucked up. I'm gonna have to go into my settings and check. You guys can't give me a complex like that. Hold on. Let me open up G-Hub and make sure my shit isn't fucked up. 75%? Yikes. We can't hear it when you're yelling over it. You can't hear what? Hold on. Microphone settings. They are what they always are. I've been on Windows 11 for a few months. But I checked my last stream and it sounded fine. Does it sound distorted or anything, or just loud? Because if it's just loud, then, I can just turn it down a little bit. But honestly, how is the volume? Just loud, not distorted. Okay. All right. I'll lower my microphone a little bit. Yeah, play something else, like a YouTube video, and tell me how I sound in comparison. Is this good right here? I turned it down a couple decibels. Yeah? Okay. Hi, everybody. How you doing? Shaved my head to prove that I don't have hair. Wait, how that works? It's probably not how that works. All right. Let's get the music going away. Bye-bye, Epidemic. Thank you. Well, my music is louder, so you're off the hook. Oh. See, you know what? You guys... Now I think you're just... I know Pedro's fucking with me. But that's why we love Pedro. Blazer! What's up? That's right, Beta. I could have hair if I wanted. If I bought a wig. Let's fire up this game. Space Fox says it right. Pedro, don't lie. Why is it? Oh my God. Hold on. Capture the game. Oh, now me saying Now you understand, Thomas? All right, is it going to capture the game? Come on, Streamlabs. Come on, Streamlabs. You can do it. You can do it. Can't do it. Oh, dear Lord. Are we going to have to do the trick? Doing good, Thomas. Hope you're doing well. Oh, man. Game's a little loud. All right, I'm going to have to turn the game down a little bit. There are, like, no settings on this, so I just have to do it in Streamlabs. And it's also not grabbing it, so we're going to have to do this. Maybe? Come on, there we go. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. All right, well, that's going to make things clunkier than I would like. Yeah. Let's play some Abscission. I don't know shit about this game except for it's, I think, a single developer and it's a spooky point and click. That's it. You guys ready? Game is loud, but it's still quieter than... Well, that's how it's supposed to be. My voice is supposed to be the main fucking thing. Didn't you come here for me? God damn. I love you guys. Ashfield, Massachusetts, a place like any other. Okay. I had lived there my whole life, in that town crouched by the river. You mean moobs, not boobs. We'll do a hot tub stream next week. It was a direct reflection of the humanity that clustered within it, its flaws and its virtues, whilst also presenting as a microcosm of the human body, including boobs. Listen, we got laid last stream. It had the capacity for healthy growth. I love this already. But when it was infected, ooh. It could burst. Burst. Well, that music cue hit perfectly timed. Okay. Oh. Let's go. Let's go. I have a feeling we don't get laid in this game, Pedro. We'll catch up. We'll then catch up. Thursday, August 1st, 1991. All right. So we know what time it is. What year it is. Now we know what time it is. We're back in the 90s. Oh, shit. All right. Left click, interact, talk. Right click, examine. Okay. No one is using this elevator tonight. You'll have to take the stairs. Oh, this style is fucking beautiful. He looks grouchy. Why? I'm sorry, ma'am. As I said before, I can't tell you that. But it's our building. That's the way it is, bitch. Can we go? Won't get laid, might get fucked. Absolutely. Do you want to take the stairs? Hell no. Let me turn off my fan. This cop says we can't use the elevator. That's bullshit. This guy's angry. He's dripping his ice cream all over the floor. And what about Mrs. Takahara? You want her to walk up 3 flights with that hip? Where's Mrs. I don't see a Mrs. Takahara. I'm sorry, but the elevator can't be used. I don't know how many other ways I can say it. Then we'll go to a damn bar instead. I miss the 90s, back when I had an afro. I'm sorry, ma'am. You need to stay for the moment. We may need to ask you some more questions. I don't believe this. Officer Bruce. Oh, man, we look like shit. God damn. Officer Bruce. Would you look at that? Will Stanhope. That must be us. What the hell are you doing here? This ain't a vice case. Hey, Morgan. Is this a vice case? Hogan. I'm busy, Bruce. Well, it ain't. Mer. Stanhope can sometimes be presented with a different ways of navigating a conversation. Ooh, based on 4 temperaments. Okay. Melancholic, organized, details, thoughtful. This approach focuses on the details, allowing Stanhope to get to the heart of the matter. Okay. I should probably write this down. Hold on. Melancholic. Strategy. Get to the heart. Okay. Phlegmatic. Calm and diplomatic. Oh my goodness. Rational. Okay. Sometimes a level of sympathy is needed. Ah, sympathy. Okay. So that's our sympathetic one. Okay. Can I be a mod for a second? I have to ban Hellblazer. Choleric. Efficient. Okay. Oh my god. I hate having to study for games. Efficient. Confident. Demanding. Okay. So that's your, like, fuck 'em up one. Got it. And what's our fourth? Sanguine. Jesus Christ, who picked these words? Sociable. Optimistic. Humorous. Fear can stall a witness. A little human connection. Okay, human connection. So that's our humanity. Okay. Okay, I know. Studying. Listen, we don't want to die in the game. All right. Oh, so there is no single approach that works best for all conversations, and Stanhope will need to use all of them in order to be the best he can be. Okay. Do I have a serial killer notebook like Sark? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. This game adapts to your choices. People will remember how Stanhope spoke to them and may respond differently in the future, so consider each response carefully. Oh boy. Oh boy. Will Stanhope's destiny is in our hands. Choose wisely. Oh, is this how we're supposed to talk to the, Okay, so organized, detailed, thoughtful. Organized, detailed, thoughtful. All right, so he gave us a little bit of shit, right? Right? So we're definitely not going to be sanguine. Maybe we could be choleric? Or phlegmatic. We don't know what our relationship with this guy is yet, right? So I don't want to be choleric. I'm thinking we go phlegmatic. Yeah. Easy. I'm not looking to step on anyone's toes. All I know is that Luna called me in. Why would she call you? You'd have to ask her that. Anyway, if I can help, I will. How do I get to the crime scene? Top floor. The only way up is the elevator, unless you fancy the fire escape. Oh, so he can take the elevator. Lady, I swear to God, I'ma fuck you up. Elevator door. An old freight elevator. The building could use some renovation. Okay? Hungry looking man. The man was in his mid-20s. His eyes were concentrated on the ice cream. I was about to say laceration. The fuck? In his hand as he tried to finish it before it melted. Okay? What else we got? I see footprints. Why can't I? There's no hotspot on the footprints. Officer Hogan. I'd known Officer Lewis Hogan for around 8 years. He'd always seemed generally efficient, though a little too reactive in his approach to make detective. Okay. Perhaps he was happy with his roles and didn't wish to progress any further. Okay. Nervous-looking man. The man's eyes were darting around the lobby. Oh, he was clearly distressed. Okay. Oh, this must be an elderly woman was leaning against the wall for support. She gives me a fleeting smile before looking back to her feet. That must have been Mrs. Nakahaka. Finishing the ice cream before he died. That's commitment. That's right. Detective Stanhope. I can't right-click on me. Officer Bruce. Officer Steve Bruce. Never trust anyone with two first names. That is words to live by. Fleeting? Where's Fleeting? Officer Steve Bruce was 6'5", of muscle and bad attitude. We'd have several run-ins over the years, but he was a reliable cop for the most part, okay? Blonde woman. The woman was giving Officer Bruce a piece of her mind. I had no wish to stop her. Oh, so we definitely don't like him. All right, anything else? Oh, hello. What do we got up here? Got my wallet. Okay. And my handgun. Okay. What else we got? Ooh, a notebook. August 1st, 1991. Luna had called me as I was about to leave the office. She said she needed help with a homicide. I hadn't worked one for years, but I couldn't say no to her. We had too much history. The apartment block was in Riverside. It was an old factory, red brick and steel. I could smell the tang of blood as I entered the lobby. Okay. Speed volume. Oh, we can turn the volume down. Oh, thank God. Holy shit. Okay. About, don't care, load, save, restart, resume. Let's save. Just because. All right. Anything else we can click on? Oh, what was that? What was that? Blood. Oh, bloody blueprint. Oh, we almost missed that. A red-stained boot print was made visible on the carpet at the entrance thanks to the surrounding grime dulling the carpet's color. Okay. It was coming from the lift. This is America, dude. You're in fucking Massachusetts. It's an elevator. Exit. The main exit. There were 2 patrol cars outside with officers guarding the doors. Okay? Alright, so I have a feeling this is one of those games where we're really going to have to make sure we don't miss anything. So we're going to look around for any hotspots. Moth. A moth was batting itself against the light. Okay. And then we had the elevator door. Officer Bruce. Anything over here? A hungry looking man. He just wants his ice cream. Let's go up the elevator. Let's go. Stanhope's inventory can be accessed here. Yeah, we already figured that out. Ha! We're ahead of you, game! Stanhope's journal can be accessed here. Yeah. And game options can be accessed here. Okay. Stanhope's inventory stores all of his clues and any items he collects. This icon allows him to inspect an item. Oh, what was that? Okay. This icon allows him to pick an item to use. Okay. Okay. Use the crystals to navigate up and down. Got it. Some puzzles will require Stanhope to combine clues or items. Make sure you carefully something or other. I don't understand when I click on it. I just left click on it. Alright. Well, we'll figure that out as we go, I'm sure. Okay. Oh, this is quite the scene, huh? Is that blood? Oh, it is. Elevator door. Alright. Well, I guess we should start examining shit, right? Or should we talk to this dude first? Let's talk to this dude first. Officer? You must be Detective Stanhope. Very astute. Was it the coat? Okay. Also, the fact that they let you in. I'm Officer Dan Braintree. Good to meet you. I haven't seen a crime scene like this for a long time. Yeah, no shit. You're telling me I haven't ever seen anything like it. He sounds like he probably talks like this. Just wait until you see upstairs. Is it worse than this? I'd prepare myself if I were you. It ain't pretty. You look tired. What a second line to throw out. You look tired. Been up since 5 this morning. Couldn't sleep. Maybe you should get a coffee. I will, but not from this kitchen. Oh, man. Where's Detective Luna? In the bedroom. I don't know what she's doing in there. I wouldn't want to stay looking at that. Oh, man, I can't wait to see this. What do you know about the crime scene? The most, I suppose, I was the first responder on scene. Okay. According to the landlord, the Vic's name is Serena Shallenor? Shallenor. She's upstairs. I thought it was just a domestic. Oh, we got lots of stuff. What time was the call? Just after 9 p.m. the landlord called it in. Okay. What's his name? Carl Laidlaw. Last I saw, he was with Hogan. Okay. Did you see anyone when you got here? Just a couple of residents milling around. There are no neighbors. Exactly as the victims rented the whole top floor. Oh, she rich. I think this place used to be a factory or something. I think they're being confined to their apartments for the time being until we know more. Actually, they seem to be buzzing around the lobby. Yeah, no shit. I'll talk to Bruce about that. Have you spoken to the neighbors? Not really. Hogan was after that. Okay. Anything else I need to know? Just prepare yourself before you go upstairs. It's unbelievable. I'll do my best. No problem. What do you know about the crime scene? The most, I suppose. Oh, all right. We already got all that. Okay. All right. So we've done everything in there. Later, Braintree. All right. Let's look around. Detective Stanhope. I'm sorry, sir. You think they'll talk to me? Nope. Nope. All right. Let's get some clues. All right. We got a broken vent. Blood dripped from the broken vent. The metal was buckled and torn. What could have done this? Oh, is it an alien? I miss ice cream. Oh, I love ice cream. I haven't had ice cream in a long time. Is this a supernatural type thing? Oh, what's this? Collection of paintings. A large collection of painted canvases, many of them framed, filled shelving that ran across the back wall of the apartment. This was more than simply a hobby. This was a vocation. I should ask the landlord about this in order to flesh out the victim's background. Okay, good to know. Okay, we already looked at that. Bookcase. Let's look at the bookcase. The bookcase held an interesting collection, though not in any kind of order by genre or author. Most of the books were the works of artists using very different techniques. Warhol sat next to Vallejo, for example, but there were some classics mixed in, such as The Rights of Man by Thomas Paine and philosophical works from Woolf and Craven. Okay? It was most likely a lifetime's accumulation rather than a chosen selection from a larger collection. Jesus. Stanhope is detailed. Leather jacket. There was a leather jacket lying on the couch. I assumed it was fashionable, but really had no idea. There appeared to be something in one of the pockets. I found a small black book filled with addresses and phone numbers. Oh, I decided it could be useful. Can we look at that? Pocketbook. Examine pocketbook. A slim pocketbook containing names and phone numbers. If I wanted to look up a contact of Serena's, this is the best way. I just needed a first name. Ah, okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Bookcase we already looked at. Collections of paintings we already looked at. Oh, what's that? Broken glass. It was broken glass, probably from a vase, judging by the nearby flowers. Okay. What's this? Bloody piece of glass. No. That. Yeah, it's really weird, Fleeting. One piece of glass was stained with blood as though it had been used as a weapon and needed to be sent to the lab. I slipped on a glove and carefully bagged the glass for future analysis. I needed to let Luna know. Okay. By the way, what's up, Fleeting? Hope you're doing well. Can we pick that up? No. All right. Okay, so we got the piece of... Ooh, what do we got here? Blood stain. Let's take a look. Rubbing my hands in a pool of blood was not the wisest course of action. Okay. Okay. Oh, taking a nap? Nice. I love afternoon naps. There was a considerable amount of blood staining the cloth that covered the floor. Judging from the color and viscosity, it was still relatively fresh. Okay. Let's take a look at the table. There were pots and paints, brushes, and a palette on the table. Green paint had spilled and dripped under the floor, staining the planks. Okay. Can we take anything? No. Okay. We already looked at the blood stain. Oh, bloody boot prints. Oh, like in the lobby. There were boot prints leading from the pool of blood towards the elevator. They were relatively large, most likely a man's. Hey, how do you do it, Fleeting? Perhaps they were the landlords. Easel? It's weird because right click is examine and left click is like interact. Just kind of backwards. It was an artist's easel fallen on the floor with scattered brushes and a half-completed canvas surrounding it. Okay. Fallen canvas. A half-completed canvas has fallen on the floor. The image seems to be of a forest, though underwater. A curious image. No need to grab that. Okay. Is there anything else that we can look at? Elevator door, we already did. To the bedroom. To the bedroom! Broken glass, we already looked at. Collection of paintings, we already looked at. Alright, I think we got everything. What was that? I saw something else. Did you guys see something over here for a second? I swear I saw something over here for a second. Oh, maybe it was a collection of paintings. Alright, let's go upstairs. Oh, good lord. Somebody had a good time. That sounds like the music from Planet Crafter. Her name was Serena Shalinor. I've never seen anything like it. No shit. Are you sure? What do you mean, Luna? What is this? Look at her, Stanhope. Look at her. Okay, I'll look at her. The woman, or what was left of her, was tied to the wall. Her jaw was distended, most probably broken. Her skin was a patchwork of blood bruises. Ribs pushed through the ragged flesh. Ugh. She appeared to have been hollowed out with very little besides bone and gristle left inside the sagging remains of her torso. Holy shit, I gotta turn the volume down a little bit more. Okay. Alright. Well, let's look around and then we'll talk to the detective. It was a curious, parched landscape. The earth had an odd texture, remarkably opalescent. The brushwork was almost photorealistic. I personally preferred my art a little more abstract, but could see the appeal. Okay. Can we talk to him? No. Antique vase, dresser, corpse we already saw. Window. Outside life in the ash field continued to crawl along, oblivious to the carnage within the apartment. Okay. Anything down here? Guessing we can't talk to them. Yep. Okay. Alright, let's look at the vase. Or vase, whatever. It was an antique vase, rather plain but imposing nonetheless. Perhaps it was a family heirloom? Perhaps. Can we pick it up? No. Dresser. A dresser, heavy wood and well built. Okay. I don't see anything else. Anything on the corpse that we can look at, like blood or anything? Painting, corpse, window. No, all right. Let's talk to Detective Luna. Detective Amelia Luna. I'd known her for around 10 years, by which I mean I'd worked with her. I don't think anyone really knew her. Oh. We had been partners until the Lascato case. I hadn't seen her since until now. Okay, let's see what she has to say. Been here long, baby? About 20 minutes. I was surprised you called me. Honestly, so was I, but I hope you can see why. Just look at the poor woman. Must remind her of an old case. But there are other detectives. Isn't Jim Lewis your partner? He's on leave, but even if he wasn't, I think you're a better fit. I don't understand. Do you need my expertise with evidence gathering? Just look at her, Will. Doesn't this remind you of anything? Lascato Prosthetics. Okay, the disappearance of Cassandra Burgess. There was a twitch in her eye between the lid and the orbital floor. It was a tiny window to the nerves beneath. I see. I need to get my head around this scene. I understand. Can you look for some leads while I'm up here? Anything to get us started. Will do. Okay. About this case. So what do we know so far? The victim's name is Serena Shellenor. Can see why. Hold on. I missed something. Hogan is getting some more details from the landlord. He was babbling when I got here. Okay. I can see why. Do you have any suspects? Not yet. Hopefully we can find something around here that gives us a lead. Okay. Do you think this is linked to the Lascato case? Of course. Look at her, Will. Can you really tell me this isn't the same way the others died? Well, I can certainly see the similarities, but that means nothing without a proper investigation. Similarities? Her body has been emptied. You can't tell me that's a typical modus operandi. Of course not, but look at these ropes. I don't even know what they're made of. Oh, it's got to be like veins or something. There were fibers found at Lascato too, but burned up in the fire. They could have been there. It's a stretch. Look, I'm not saying that I'm taking Lascato off the table as a possibility. What are you saying, Will? The Lascato case was horrific, and I don't blame you for responding to the emotionally charged media furor. What's up, Aristide? Thank you for resubbing. I left when some guy had ice cream and came back to Grizzly Murder. Sounds like a typical Friday. There was a momentary flare of anger in her eyes before she sighed and took another drag of her cigarette. Will, you're a good man, but you need to learn more about people. Oh, great, we got bad people skills. Let's discuss something else. Okay, Emilio. Yes, Will? It's been a long time. 2 years, give or take. Not the way I'd hoped to meet again. You can't pick the hand you're dealt, I guess. Are you looking after yourself? Yes, of course. Of course. What have you found so far? Not much. I'm still taking it all in. Sorry, it's just look at her. Lurk on, Beta. Lurk on. Drive safe. And don't let Toonces take the wheel, Beta. Don't let Toonces drive. I can't imagine what she went through. We should catch up. I can't think about that now. There's too much here. I need to think. Of course. I don't mean that I don't want to talk. I understand, Luna, probably more than most. I know you do. Okay, there's a lot of history between them. I found a piece of glass that looks like it might have been used in the murder. I'll get it to Dr. Abdulov. Thanks, Will. I hope it gives us something. I'll have a look around. Thanks, Will. Okay. Let's look at the corpse again. The woman what was left of her was tied to the wall. Her jaw was the same. Oh, we already saw that. Okay. She is hollowed out with very... Oh, god damn. Alright. Can we look at her? No. Okay. Alright. I don't think we missed anything here. I guess maybe we'll go down to the lobby and see if the cops, the beat cops, got anything from the witnesses or whatever. Bookcase. Can I interact with the bookcase? No. How about the paintings? No. Okay. Alright, look at the table, the easel, the fallen canvas, nothing over there. Bloodstain we got, bloody boot prints we got. To the bedroom. Alright, let's go downstairs. Okay. Nervous looking man. Alright. Well, we definitely want to. Officer Steve Bruce. Let's talk to him. Officer Bruce, Stanhope, got time for a word? Not really, and neither do you. Let's get this wrapped up so we can all go home, yeah? What, dude? Really fucking helpful, isn't he? An ice cream stain. Some people had no respect for their surroundings. It made me sick. I want to lick it. Let me lick it. Let me lick it. I want some ice cream. All right, maybe Hogan has something to say to us. Officer Hogan, Detective Stanhope. Quite the scene upstairs. That's an understatement. Are you finished with the landlord? Uh-huh, he's all yours. Okay, so they have nothing for me. The man's eyes were darting around the lobby. He was clearly distressed. All right, I guess we got to do everything ourselves. Sir? Sorry. May I ask you a few questions? I spoke to the other guy, the cop over there. He said I'm not in trouble. Am I in trouble? No, sir. I just need to get a clear picture of what happened here. What's your name? It's Carl. Carl Laidlaw. I told the other guy this. Relax. It's just to be polite. I'd like to know who I'm talking to. You're the landlord? Uh-huh. And janitor, handyman, you name it. Right? Let's discuss what happened tonight. Why'd you got that bitch? Oh, that might be. Maybe I went a little too 0 to 100 there. Can you start by telling me your involvement? I wasn't involved. I just found her. So you called it in? Yeah. What time was this? About 9:30, I think. I don't know. The other cop said that was the time. I didn't look. Okay? So start from the beginning. If you could, you went up to her apartment. Yeah. You had a key? I got keys to all the apartments. It's my building. Miss Shellenor didn't have a door as such. What with her having the whole top floor, see? See? This used to be an old clothes factory, so you need to unlock the button to the top floor. Okay. I think with this guy, I think we're going to be choleric with this dude because he's kind of a pussy. I find it hard to believe that a young woman would welcome her landlord dropping by unannounced so late. I wasn't doing nothing wrong. Did you visit Miss Shellenor a lot? I helped her move her canvases around. Some of them were heavy and some things needed fixing. Things can break, you know. And you were there if she needed you? Yeah, I was there for her. And you liked being around her. Oh, damn. Stanhope? Back off, Hogan. Answer the question, Carl. Well, yeah, she was a good-looking girl, of course. Oh, he's a creep. He's a creeper. Hope something would happen, did you? I don't know, buddy. The way she dressed. What about it? Well, girls like that with their short skirts and their titties out. Oh, Pedro would like Serena. They're always looking for it, aren't they? They want people to look, to fantasize. They can't blame a guy for trying it on. Wait, for trying it on? Did he try on her dress with his titties hanging out? And if they refuse? Hey, no, I see what you're getting at. No way, buddy. I never made a move at her. Okay, sometimes I peeked when she was bending over. Goddamn. But that ain't no crime. I never killed her. I never hurt no one. God damn. So what did happen, Carl? I love the music. God damn. I saw the blood. I mean, you've been up there. It's everywhere. I just stood there for a while, too scared to move. Then I called out to see if Miss Shallenor was okay. There was no answer, so I searched the place. I was careful not to touch the blood, of course. When I got to the bedroom, I saw titties. Oh, yes? He is a freak. Absolutely, Spacefox. Well, I don't fucking know what I saw. You've been up there. What the fuck are those rope things? Who could have ripped her apart like that? Anyway, I ran out there as fast as I could and called the cops. That's it. The whole story. Woo! I'd like to ask you a few questions about the victim. Okay, sure. How long have you known Miss Shallenor? Since January. I think she moved here from down south somewhere. Said she wanted a fresh start. She ain't local. Okay, and she ran to the top floor. She said she wanted somewhere with enough space to get her painting done. Okay? How would you describe her personality? I don't know, buddy. She was quiet, you know? Always paid on time, was polite enough. Towards the end, she sorta changed. In what way? Was she depressed? If anything, it was the opposite. She just smiled all the time. Maybe she was on drugs. She hung around with some shady characters. Oh. Like who? People came by. Guys. I didn't ask their names. Damn. Was she involved in anything dangerous? Maybe. She wore black clothes all the time, listened to loud rock music, all that stuff. Wearing black clothes is hardly dangerous. Yeah, no shit. I know that, but you know, these kids today get drunk all the time, get into drugs, and her paintings were weird sometimes. Really oily. I don't know how to describe it. Okay. Looking at her apartment, she seemed to be an artist. Yeah, she was, and a good one, I suppose. Not just an artist, she helped run a gallery. Oh, okay, there's a clue. Sold her paintings there. I guess she brought some money with her when she came to town. Gallery. Do you remember the name of it? Star something. Starlit Gallery. Ah, we got a clue. I think it's over in Neptune. Her and some other girl ran it, but I never met her. Okay, so Starlit Gallery. Clue gained. Location Starlit. Okay, that's got to be in my book somewhere. Starlit Gallery. It was a solid lead. I needed to let Luna know. Okay. Let's discuss something else, if you say so. We found a set of boot prints in her apartment. Do you have any idea who they belong to? I don't know. She had a few visitors, but I can't really remember them. She did have a boyfriend a couple of months back. Some young punk with green hair and metal in his face. I think he wore some big leather boots. Do you remember his name? She called him Marky? Mark something? Okay. I don't know his last name. Clue game named Mark. Oh, we got a name. Marky Mark. It was a start, but I needed to find out a surname. Okay. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate the help. Uh-huh. All right, let's look up. Oh, we already saw that. Okay. I want to look at it. Slim bucket book containing names and phone numbers. If I want to look up a contact screen, this is the best way. I just need a first name. We have it. Mark. There was only one Mark in the pocketbook. Mark Torrance. Ah, we got a name. I needed to look him up in the APT database. Okay. Clue gained. Mark Torrance. It was a solid lead. I needed to let Luna know. Okay. Do I not have? Okay, Mark Torrance. What about, it doesn't have the Starlit Gallery in here. We need like a journal in here. Starlit Gallery. Okay, so we got a couple leads to tell Luna about. Let's go see. I don't know what else we could possibly do down there, so. All right. Emilio? Yes, Will. Holy shit. Oh, we already did this. Okay, we should catch up. We already did that. Ah, here we go. Found a name, Mark Torrance. He is involved with Serena. Great work. Can you follow that up for me tomorrow? I'm going to need to stay with forensics tonight to scour the apartment. Of course. Make sure you get some sleep when you can. I'll do my best, okay? I found out where Serena worked, a place called Starlit Gallery. I've been there in Neptune, right? Oh, killer! Luna's the killer! I'm calling it now. Luna's the killer. That's it. Killer. It's a killer. Right there. That's what the landlord says. Can you follow that up for me? Consider it done. I had enough leads. Luna could finish up here. It was time for me to get some sleep. Okay. I guess we're done. I'm going to head back now. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Thanks for your help, Will. What if... Oh, what if I'm the killer? Oh. That would be interesting. But no way we're the killer. Hogan, about the landlord. Sir, when you're interviewing the rest of the residents, see if there are any other observations about his behavior. Creeps like that rarely stay on the proper side of decent. You got it. Night. Take care, Hogan. Okay. We got a solid start. The night was unexpectedly calm. The air was as thick as soup, cleaning to my bones as I fell asleep in my easy chair. What, not even in a bed? Bro. The town seemed to be holding its breath. If I dreamed, I couldn't remember it, but that was nothing new. Uh-oh, I missed Abigail's birthday again. Oops. I'd never been much of a father. Okay, so we're a dad to Abigail, but she had never really needed me. Even when her mother passed away, oh shit, we're a single dad. Maybe I'd ring her later, but first it was time to visit the morgue. Dr. Abdulov had been burning the midnight oil. Oh boy. All right. Thank you for completing the autopsy so promptly, Dr. Abdulov. I appreciate you working through the night. Boy, he looks like he's jaundiced a little bit. No skin off my nose. I couldn't sleep. My daughter had a puppy for her birthday, and the poor thing seemed to be scared of the dark. Cries all through the night. It's like having another child. And please, call me Tamir. I know we're at work, but there's no one here. Why are you always so formal? If a person earns a doctorate, it should be respected in my view. Ha! Please tell my wife that next time you're over for dinner. We'll see how that goes. Now, shall we get started? All right, so these two are buddy-buddy. Certainly. Do you have a time of death? That's a difficult question to answer. How so? Looking at the relative lack of cloudiness within the corneas, I would place the time of death at between 8 and 9 p.m. yesterday. Okay? That fits with the statement from the landlord. But the livor mortis, the lividity of the blood as it pools under the skin, places the death at 2 or 3 days ago. Interesting. And then there's the soft tissue, both attached to the corpse and separate. There are aspects of necrosis that could place the time of death at a week ago. So it could have been a week ago, it could have been 2 or 3 days ago, it could have been 9 p.m. yesterday. Okay? How is that possible? Honestly, I'm not sure. Thanks, Tamir. What was the cause of death? Well, somebody took our insides and made them outsides. Insides became outsides. Well, from the scattering of the organs, you would assume a swift death due to blood loss and trauma. No shit. At least that was my first assessment, but the timings don't match. What do you mean? The lungs are relatively fresh. I mean, I wouldn't want to put them on my pizza. Ha ha. Ew. Yes, well, I mean to say that judging from the lack of necrosis, They largely match the time of death measured through the corneal cloudiness. Okay, so 9 o'clock. The liver, however, is in a very poor state. The tissue is degrading and necrostising at an alarming rate. Similarly, some of the skin around her stomach also carries the same, well, sponginess, for lack of a better word. Perhaps it'd be caused by some kind of acid? Maybe, if she was submerged in a bath of corrosive agent, acid or alkali, it could, but no. The skin of her legs, while showing lividity, is relatively well preserved. It's as if parts of her body were long dead whilst she was still alive. Oh, she's a zombie. She's a zombie. Honestly, it's a little disconcerting. A little? Oh, shit. Perhaps it would affect me more if I'd had some sleep. Everything is a little vague. Okay. Oh, shit. We got some weird stuff going on here. Have you analyzed the glass shard? Was it the murder weapon? I can't say for sure. Looking at the chest cavity and stomach, the skin doesn't seem to be cut. It's more like a series of tears. Eee. To be honest, the skin is in such bad condition that it could have probably been pulled apart by someone's hands. Oh, that's nasty. Unbelievable and yet true. With regards to the glass, the majority of the blood matches the blood type of the victim. However, there was another type. I've sent a sample to the database to be checked against existing DNA profiles. Maybe you'll get a match. Nice. Thank you. What rope? Did we see rope? Oh, the shit that looked like innards. What about the rope that was found at the scene? Rope. Ah, yes, of course. I have a small section of it here. Where's the rest of it? On ice. You'll see why. Oh, I got a bad feeling about this. What the hell am I... Why is it beating? The rope is beating. What the hell am I looking at here? I wish I knew. I've sent a piece for DNA analysis, but it will take a day or two. Fuck that shit! It's organic matter, fleshy yet run through with fibers, rather like cooked celery. It's as if a vine were crossed with a digestive tract. It has a rather tough exterior, but the insides are almost liquid. Ew. I'm aware of how it sounds. No, you aren't! Please inspect it. Tell me what you think. I don't wanna. I'm no doctor. I hardly think that matters with this substance. Oh, man. Ah, come on. These strands, are they growing? Apparently so. I will be freezing this section soon, believe me. What the fuck? Texture. It appears soft on the surface. Sometimes. What do you mean? It shivers? On occasion, a ripple that tenses the surface, a spasm of sorts. Tear. Oh, I don't wanna push the button. This appears torn. I tried to cut it with a scalpel, but there are strong strands running beneath the surface. It was like working around knots in wood. This was the best I could do. Okay. Oh, bulge. Hey, baby, check out my bulge. It's moving. Yes, it's fascinating is not the word I would use. Not the word I would use. It's fascinating, isn't it? And watch this. If I use a pin to agitate it... No, don't agitate it! Ah! Good Lord. What the fuck? I don't know what to make of this. Of any of it. No shit. Why are you even taking the case? You're vice. Yeah, and I want off the case. Luna asked me, and I have the time. Do you? I'll make the time. If you say so. I'm going to the office. Can you fax the completed report to me? Of course. It'll be done within an hour. Before you go, there's just one more thing. Oh, there's more? It might be nothing, but it struck me as a little curious. The victim has a tattoo. I was curious about that. That's so odd? Well, maybe not, but it was quite recent and the flesh was inflamed, as if it were infected. It was a diamond, bright red on the inside of her left wrist. Okay. Noted. Thank you, Tamir. Let me know if you find anything else? Of course. Clue gained a diamond tattoo. Well? Yes? Please look after yourself. Will do. I'll be in touch. Okay. That's our office. Yes? Sheriff Stanhope, it's Officer Braintree. Dan Braintree. Uh-huh. Sorry, sir, but a letter was delivered to you by hand this morning. I left it by your computer. I see. Should I have left it on your other desk with the lamp? I'm sure I'll find it. Is there anything else? Yes, sir. 2 messages. The first is from Officer Hogan. He said that as per your instructions last night, they canvassed the building about the landlord's behavior. Apparently, a Miss Lucille Beaumont complained of inappropriate comments and missing underwear. Oh, he is creepy. Anyway, a pair of panties were found in Laidlaw's apartment. Miss Beaumont confirmed they were hers. And, well, whether he turns out to be involved in the murder or not, he's going to be charged with harassment. Great spot, detective. And I do also have a message from Officer Bruce, which is, he said to say that he apologizes for the way he spoke to you last night. Issues at home, apparently. He would have told you himself, but he's not on until tonight. Well, that's good to know. Thanks, Braintree. My pleasure, detective. Yeah, he's a freaky. Freaky. I realized it was raining. Odd for this time of year. Not where I live. But then there was nothing about today that felt right. That rope, let's not call it rope, all right? Let's call it like alien intestines. That rope that had bound Serena Shellenor held her to the wall like a fly in a web. What the hell could it be? I'm wondering the same thing. I tried to put it out of my mind. Abdulov was the best person to work that out. I had my own leads and it was time to follow them up. All right. Let's check out our office. We got a cork board. We got a certificate. Okay, an alien tendon. That's a, I don't know, an alien fucking... Ugh. It's an alien ugh. That's what I'm going to call it. An alien ugh. It was my citation for bravery from the Drummel case, 1983. I had others, but this was the first, and to be honest, it meant the most to me. A reminder that you can do everything correctly and still fail. Ben, what happened to you? Okay. Corkboard. Details from my previous case. A cocaine dealing ring were pinned up on the board. Okay, nothing there. Okay, water cooler. I had a water cooler by my desk, though I rarely used it. Okay, telephone. My phone, I didn't see a need having one of those brick-sized cell phones. I enjoyed a comfy seat if I was discussing police business. Okay, poster. It was a poster from my younger days. I had quite the interest in progressive rock in the 70s. Farm 34 were the finest example, in my opinion. Their greatest hits collective is required listening for anyone wanting a greater understanding of life. All right, filing cabinet. It was my filing cabinet. Why'd the rain stop? It just stopped. Containing both current and solved cases. It was a matter of pride that the solved cases should outnumber the unsolved. Okay. Oh, we can go in there. I remembered this case. uniform responded to neighbors complaining that some teenagers were making a racket in a nearby house. They arrived to find Travis Thomas, 17, curled up in a fetal position and whispering, "Take them, not me." You're right, Space Fox, fucking aliens. The strange thing was that Thomas had been partying with 4 of his friends, but there were no signs of them in the house. Thomas could tell us nothing, he just kept repeating that damn phrase. We searched the place. Like most teenage Halloween parties, there was a Ouija board, and the teenagers had been playing spin the bottle at some point. The weird thing was that when Drummel and I arrived, the bottle was still spinning. It kept spinning as we searched the house, and it only stopped because Drummel put his boot on it. What the fuck kind of place does this dude live in? We never found the missing teenagers. Travis spent years in psychiatric care. He was eventually discharged in 1988 and promptly shot himself with his dad's .38 revolver. Well, I guess he's not a suspect. The gun chamber was still spinning when they found his body. What in the fuck? What in the fuck? Bookcase, a small selection of books on criminology with some historical reference books and the occasional novel. Can I do anything with it? Nope. There's nothing on the shelves that could help the case as strange as this one. Okay, map of Ashfield. Ashfield. It was a small town, but it had certainly experienced its fair share of tragedy. All right, closet. My closet, there were no skeletons in there. There were a lot of old shoes, though. Can I go in there? No. Okay. Letter. Oh, is this the letter that he left us? It was a letter in a manila envelope. The only writing on the outside was my name in a handwriting I didn't recognize. Okay. I wanted to look at it. Okay. Let's read our journal entry for today. August 2nd, 1991. My mind is reeling. Dr. Abdulov showed me his dissection of the cords that had surrounded Serena Shalinor. They were hideously organic. Supple, yet with a tensile strength, an amalgam of bone, gristle, and flesh. I left divining their origin to Abdulov. I had other leads to follow. Mark Torrance. Current prime suspect. The APD system would help me get an address. The Starlight Gallery, so this place of work. I needed to see if there were any other employees and if they had any information that could shed some light on our history. All right. I want to read the letter. It was a letter in an envelope. The only writing on the outside was my name. All right, I want to read it. I don't want to read it. I don't want to read it. Put it away. I made a mistake. I carefully opened the envelope and slipped the letter out. That's not a letter. It was drawn in what appeared to be red wax on a thick paper or papyrus. There was a diamond, like her tattoo, in the center with jagged edges. A strange cluster of symbols surrounded it, perhaps an alphabet of some kind. I don't see any of that. There seemed to be a symbol near one of the corners. I see that, obscured by what appeared to be charcoal. I decided to try to rub the powder away. Rub. And we're bleeding? Something had cut into me, but that made no sense. Oh, now we're going to have an alien thing growing out of us. I could now see a needle woven into the fibers of the sketch. Why hadn't I seen it before? I shook my head at my failure of observation. I was not repaying Luna's faith in me so far. I washed the blood away and folded the letter back up. I knew I needed to look into who had sent it to me, but I had more pressing issues at the time. What in the hell just happened? It was my standard issue APD database. I preferred filing cabinets, but I suppose you have to move on with the times. All right. commands. What? Okay. Address. Mark. Torrance. Did I spell it right? Torrence. ENCE. Ah. I noted his address. Perhaps it was time to pay Mr. Torrance a visit. Okay. An address has been added to Stanhope's map. We have a map? Record. Mark Torrance. Mark Torrance. January 1st, 1987. Drunk and disorderly. 150 hours community service. That was hardly a record of a career criminal, but that often meant nothing when it came to violent crime, sadly. Okay. What else do we got? Shit, does anybody remember how to spell her fucking name? What was it? Serena? Oh, man. See, this is why I'm supposed to write shit down. Serena, what's her name? There it is. Serena Shalinor. I knew I'd have it somewhere. Shalinor. Okay. Serena Shalinor. There was no result. All right. Well. I guess that's all we can do there for right now. Oh, damn. What was the landlord's name? Yeah, Carl what? Oh, well. I'm gonna have to write more shit down. We'll look him up later if we get his name again. Yeah, me too. I guess we'll go to the, can we use this? I didn't need that. No. Alright, well, let's see if we can go to the gallery, I guess. Holy shit. Stanhope can explore Ashfield using his map. Look at locations for a description and use locations to go there. Alright, there's the gallery. There's our office. Mark Torrance's apartment and our apartment. Alright, well. My apartment was cheap and relatively clean, which is about the best I could want from a home. Okay. Mark Torrance's apartment in Salem, one of the roughest parts of the town outside of Tawny Heights. Okay. My office, a home away from home. There's Tawny Heights. Well, let's go to the gallery. Rain, 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 rain. Sign. The sign was brightly lit and clearly well insulated, judging by the amount of water running off of it. How is it night again already? Vivid painting. The painting style was familiar. It was most likely another one of Serena's. This one seemed to both convey emptiness and infinite mass. Okay. Anything else we can look at? It's always night in the city that never sleeps. Yeah. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Rain. I can't look at the rain. Can't do anything with the rain. All right. Well, I guess we're going in. The door to the gallery, tastefully wood and frosted glass. Let's go. The door to the gallery was locked. Yeah, fucking knock, bro. We see you in there. Police, bitch. We're closed, and before you ask, we have no planned date for reopening. Oh, nice hair. Could I have a moment of your time then? What for? I don't know you, and I don't want to. Fuck off. I'm APD, Detective Stanhope. Well then, fuck off, Detective Stanhope. Wow. Her body was shaking with barely held emotion. It seemed that news of Serena Challoner's death had already made its way here. I know this is a difficult time, ma'am. I just want to ask a few questions, then I'll be out of your hair. Your purple hair. Fine, thank you. Can I ask your name? All right, I gotta remember to write that down. Hugh Mying, gallery worker. Hugh Mying. Call me Mai. Carl Lord? Lord. Thank you. I will look that up. Space Fox, you rule. How long have you known her? How long have you known her? Since you couldn't say Serena? Since last year, sort of. What do you mean? She was looking to move up here as an artist, and I was looking for a partner to run the business. She seemed like a good fit. We had a few phone calls before she moved. Where did she move from? New York. New York, it's a hell of a town. She said she couldn't find a way to stand out there. Too many artists. Okay. What was she like? What do you mean? Her personality, her interests. I didn't know her that long. Help me out here. You ran a gallery together. She seemed to be considering her words. Okay. I suppose she was a pretty fragile person at first, anyway. Fragile? In what way? Emotionally? Socially, she seemed to find conversation a chore. No, not a chore. More like a test. You could almost hear her brain analyzing every little thing. She would ask me these dumb questions like she'd never spoken to anyone before. What's your favorite cat? A smile crossed her lips before quickly becoming swallowed once more. It used to piss me off. I thought I'd made a huge mistake in hiring her, but then she got past it and things got better. She seemed to stop caring. Her questions became a joke. Maybe she got to know you, felt less nervous? Maybe, but it was sudden, like over one day after her birthday. What day was that? June 14th? All right. And June 14th, Serena B-Day? I think. After that day, it was like she was a different person, so aliens abducted her on her birthday. Got it. Was she in any trouble you were aware of? Not with regards to money, that's for sure. Her paintings do well, especially her newer ones. Cult. Could be. Why do you think that is? It's the colors, I think, and the form. Her eyes glaze over for a second. I don't know. They've got this energy. It's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers, except through paintings. What about outside of work? Any personal issues? She paused. I can't think of anything. She thought of something. Nothing at all? No. We done here? I didn't need to be a detective to know she was hiding something. I had to be careful to pick the right approach. Okay. So, she's hiding something. I feel like we should be phlegmatic. Let's do that. Anything you can remember, no matter how small, could help. I told you I don't remember anything. We'll take my number. Damn. Maybe something will jog your memory. I gave her my card, but I doubted she would call. Perhaps my hunch was wrong. Damn, it won't let me go back. I think I fucked that up. Do you know Mark Torrance? I met him a few times when he and Serena went out. Seemed like a waste of space to me. I always thought she could do better. Glad she realized herself in the end. Is he mixed up in this? I'm just gathering facts at the moment. Have you seen him recently? No, not for at least a month. Okay. Tell me about that day, her birthday. Did you spend it with her? I saw her in the night. We went to a club. It was her suggestion, which was a surprise. I think she had already been drinking or had something else. She was high as fuck. She never seemed to really come down after that. Did she tell you what she'd done in the day? She'd spent the day with Mark, got some clothes, jewelry, even a tattoo. Oh, the diamond tattoo. A tattoo? A diamond? Yeah, I think. She wanted to impress Mark. She was really happy with it, kept looking at it all night. All right, so the aliens went in through the diamond tattoo. Got it. Do you know where she got it? Oh, come on. We need to know this. Shit. We need to find out where she got that tattoo. No, sorry. I know there are a few studios in Hopper, Berwick, and Tawny Heights, but it could have been any of them. Shit. I want to ask you this again. All right. Well, that's it. That's all for now. Thank you. See you around, detective. Hugh Mai Ying. Hugh Mai Ying stood with her hands on her hips, her tired eyes blinking in the light of the gallery entrance. All right, well, that's all we can get from her. Okay. Okay. Let's go to the office real quick, because I want to use the computer. Let's look up there was no result. What? She doesn't have an address? Okay, let's see if she's got a record. U-I-Y-N-G. There was no result. Okay. Let's try Carl. No. Carl Lloyd? No. Okay. Okay. I spelled it right? L-O-R-D. Nothing. All right. Nope. Okay. Had to try. Mark Torrance, hand-delivered letter, Serena's tattoo, glass shard, pocketbook, handgun, wallet. Okay, so there's nothing else to look at there. Okay. To Mark Torrance's apartment. Mark Torrance's apartment block had seen far better days. The place smelled of mold, spelled very weird, as if it had been built from blocks of rot and bound together with misery. Jesus. That place is nasty looking, man. I don't even want to look around. Wait, we don't even know which apartment is his. Do we know which apartment is his? Also, how the hell do I leave? Oh, there we go. Piles of garbage and sad broken, discarded things were scattered along the corridor. There was a garbage chute, but it looked like no one had bothered opening it. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Computer. Hi, kitty! Yeah, the one unfortunate part of having to do the screen share. Hey, stop attacking my headphone cable! Cinnamon! Don't be a jerk. Address, Mark. Torrance. Does it say what apartment it was? Apartment 3. Apartment 3. Apartment 3. I don't want to go knock on everybody else's door. Would have been nice if my map had said that. Okay. Now we can at least knock on the right door and not get shot or something. Okay. Door to apartment 3. This was, I mean, I could have just fucking right-clicked on it. Jesus Christ. I got the brain power, you know. So it keeps me with a full head of hair. This is Mark Torrance's home according to the database, and that surly drunk in the lobby. What surly drunk in the lobby? Door to apartment 2. Door to apartment 1. Alright, well, let's try apartment 3 door. There was no answer. Okay. I heard a curse from inside, then footsteps. The woman gave me a faint smile. Despite her stooped shoulders, she seemed to radiate calm. Ma'am? Yes, do you need something? I should tell you I don't buy from the door. I'm a detective, ma'am. Will Stanhope. Can I ask you a few questions about your neighbor in number 3, Mark Torrance? Mark? She leaned back a little. Is he in some kind of trouble? At the moment, I just want to talk to him, that's all. Well then, ask away. How long have you known Mark? He moved in a few years back, maybe 5. Moved here from Worcester, I think he said. Okay, from Worcester. Any family? He mentioned his pa back home. Never comes to visit, though. I get the impression there was bad blood there. Why is that? Poor boy moved in with nothing more than a rucksack and the clothes on his back. I think he left in a hurry. And why do you think that is? Mister, I leave the mind reading to that woman with the stall in Wicker Park. You didn't ask him? She narrowed her eyes. You don't prod at a wound that's hurting. You gotta let it heal. Okay. What do you think of him as a neighbor? Any trouble? Depends what you mean by trouble. He used to play his music loud, but a broom on the wall a few times put a stop to that. What about visitors? Anyone concerning? A few rock and roll types, all metal in their face and black clothes, but they're just kids looking for attention. Give them a smile and they're good as gold. Mark's like that. He likes to act tough, but he'll come around and help me move my furniture when I'm vacuuming and pick up some groceries when I'm under the weather. I see. When was the last time you saw Mark? A couple of nights ago, leaving his apartment. How was he? Normal. He's sometimes quiet, you know, but nothing out of the ordinary. What was he wearing? A military jacket, a bit worn, and black jeans, I think. Boots? Big brown boots. His name has come up in connection with Miss Serena Shallenor. Is that a name familiar to you? Yes, I met Serena a few times when they were dating. Always very polite, pleasant. She had a wicked sense of humor, very sharp. She has an interesting style of clothing. Both of them do. So sad it didn't work out between them. What caused the breakup? You'd have to ask Mark. I know he was broken up about it, but he's trying to move on, far as I can tell. I think she just stopped returning his calls. Any idea why? Better to ask him. There was a look on her face, concerned mixed with sadness. I needed to ask her what was on her mind. I get the impression you want to ask me something. You're sharp. Look, I'm no fool. I can tell that Mark is in some kind of trouble. At the moment, I'm just looking to speak to him. Don't try and lie to me, detective. I'm good at reading people. He's a good boy no matter what you think he's involved in. All I want to know is that you'll hear him out. I don't want him hurt. Will you promise me that? We're going to go melancholic with this one, I think. As a representative of the law, I can promise that I will look at all the details. That's as much as I can do. Well, I guess that's as much as I'm getting. Thank you for your time, ma'am. Good luck, detective. Wait, I wasn't done with her? Shit. That's it? What if I use that? Oh no, I want to use that with that. That didn't work. I want to use that with that? With that? No. Okay. I don't understand how that works. Do you think she'll talk to me again? There is no answer. Nope. I don't think I'm doing very good on this game. Alright, well, there's nothing to do with the gallery. There's nothing to do there. Kind of stuck at the moment. Let's see if we can look at the filing cabinet. Again, this case had been curious. On January 21st, 1985, Mr. Christopher Millen disappeared from his home right before the eyes of his terrified teenage daughter. She was still in deep shock when in her garbled testimony, she recalled her dad telling her, "I wear no mask." Before his body broke into 1,000 pieces of stained glass and vanished. We couldn't find a single trace of him. Miller's wife told us that he had been acting strangely for weeks before this, spending hours alone studying magazines from an organization called the Church of the Yellow. This church turned out to be a mystery of its own. We traced its registered address to an abandoned P.O. box filled with unopened letters. Judging by the stamps, most of those letters had been lying there for decades. What the fuck? We found some of the magazines in Miller's office. They were printed on thick yellowed paper that felt like parchment and were almost impossible to read. The text seemed to curve before my eyes, and the sentences were disjointed and cryptic. Looking at these things made my head hurt. The magazines went to the evidence locker, but when we tried to examine them again a few days later, we found they had crumbled to powder as if the pages were thousands of years old. I want to just keep looking at this. It was a hot August in 1985, one of the last cases I worked with Ben. Uniform had raided an adult video store on the east side of town. Drummel and I had the duty of going through the videos to separate the sleazy from the illegal. It was exactly the kind of stuff you'd expect. A who's who of German porn stars, low-budget American films with ridiculous plots, and crazy fetish stuff from Japan. There was also a reel of film in a tinted tin can that seemed out of place. We set the reel up in a projector. A crackling black and white film began to play. It must have dated from the early 1900s, judging by the brickwork in the background. The scene seemed to be set in a cellar. The camera was fixed on a bizarre wooden I wear no mask. The statue had the body and limbs of an obese, genderless human. APL? It had no head. That was mean. That was mean. I apologize. That was just mean. Its hands were raised so the palms were facing the viewer. The lighting was poor, but it looked as if there were small fanged mouths in the statue's palms. There was no movement, and the camera never changed its position. The film ran for precisely 6 minutes and then came to an abrupt end. We dismissed it as a weird oddity. But after seeing that film, I had the same nightmare for the 6 consecutive nights. In it, I stood facing the same cellar wall I had seen in the film. I was aware that something terrible lay on the other side of those bricks, waiting to be released. Somehow, I knew it wanted me to place my palms on the stonework. Even now, I still sometimes dream of that damned wall. What the fuck? How many are there? Okay, that's the first one. Was that it? Just the 3? Yeah, okay, just the 3. That's some fucked up shit. Should we call somebody? I don't know who to call. Oh, I can call people! Yay! This reminds me of a case back in 1884. Let's call Dr. Luna, or Detective Luna. Sorry, Will, I was just trying to get some sleep. I didn't get in until 8 a.m. I will be back on duty later. No problem, I'll keep chasing leads. Shall we catch up this evening? Sounds good. I'll be back at the station by 6. I'll see you then. Okay? Let's see if Dr. Abdulov has anything for us. You've reached the offices of blah, blah, blah. Okay. Let's call Ben Drummel, our old partner, I guess. You reached Detective Ben Drummel of the APD. I still had been on speed dial. I couldn't bring myself to get rid of it. Okay. Call Abigail Stanhope. Let's call our daughter. Why not? Hello? Hi, Abby. How are you? Dad? Yeah, it's your dad. Fine, I guess. And you? Fine. I closed my eyes. I'm sorry, I forgot your birthday. That's okay. I know you're busy. Matt says hi, by the way. Good. He's a good guy. I'm glad you think so. I mean, you've only met him once. I know. Well, I won't keep you. I just wanted you to know I was thinking of you. That's nice to know, I guess. Take care, Abby. You too. Okay. I want to put Hugh's name in there. It won't let me. Well, I guess we can go to our apartment. I don't know where else. Oh my God. My apartment. I wouldn't call it a home, more a place where I had to sleep. Well, I guess we're going to look around here now. Alright, well, let's start with that. My old black and white TV, still working after 20 years. Okay, photograph. There's a picture of me and Ben Drummel, my old partner. His death was a loss for all of Ashfield. Oh, so Ben's dead, and we still have him on speed dial. That's kind of weird. My easy chair, blue velvet, baby, and mahogany. It had cost a few $100s, but my back had been thankful ever since. Can I sit in it? No. Looked comfortable, but I didn't have time to rest, at least not yet. Okay. Record player. My old record player, a Russian model of all things, the Limonov 80 1936. I decided that I should unpack the rest of my records one day, but it was finding the time. Can I play it? Move over here. Play it. That's it? That's the music? A dresser, the final resting place of many knickknacks, tools, and receipts. There are various assorted items in here that didn't really fit anywhere else. I took my trusty flathead screwdriver. Screwdriver added to Stanhope's inventory. Why the fuck do we need that? Some of the more interesting papers from the last 30 years of Ashfield's history. I saw it as a duty to know everything I could about the town, like a doctor understanding a patient's medical history. I didn't need to scour the newspapers at the moment. Okay. Oh, you know what? I bet you we can use the screwdriver to break into Mark's apartment. What you guys think? My bonsai! Given to me by Abigail 3 years ago. Somehow I had managed to keep it alive. I wish the same could be said of our relationship. Ouch. Bookshelf. Assorted criminology books and also a smattering of cheap thrillers. My guilty pleasure. There was nothing I needed. Okay. Bathroom? I didn't need the bathroom. Boxes. I'd been living in the apartment for around 5 years, but it was probably hard to tell. I always been too busy to unpack anything. What's up, Cheddar? Hope you're doing well. My desk. I tended to organize most of my life in the same way as I did my cases, but at a far lower priority. My life could wait. I was on a case. We're going to leave the stupid music playing. It was a painting of a ruined castle from somewhere in the United Kingdom. I hadn't looked into its history. I just enjoyed the detail of the picture. Okay. You know where we're going. We got to break into Mark's apartment, right? We about to break the law. Breaking the law. Breaking the law. Da-da-da-da. Let's do it. No, I want to use it. I want to use this. I want to use this. Hit the apartment door. I want to use this. It won't let me use the screwdriver. Let me use the screwdriver. Damn it. Anybody got any ideas? Let's have a drink. My drinks, Kevin, mainly a selection of blended whiskeys that I didn't mind having stolen, along with a couple of particularly choice brands. Didn't need anything from there. Damn. Is there anywhere else we can go? Oh. Can I use the screwdriver on her? This is bullshit. Why won't it let me use the screwdriver? Let me use the screwdriver. Oh, there we go. Finally. Jesus. Come on, game. So you don't click exit, you click outside of the box to use something. The unmistakable metallic stench of blood hit my nose. That's very bad game design, by the way, developers. The unmistakable metallic stench of blood hit my nostrils as soon as I entered the apartment. Mark Torrance was nowhere to be seen. A trail of gore led towards the bathroom. Gore? There was a low, irregular rustling in the darkness. I slipped on a pair of surgical gloves and got to work. Oh, Jesus. Well, apparently we don't care about doing this case the right way since we just broke into this guy's apartment with no warrant, but you know, whatever, details. Okay. We got all sorts of shit to look at in here, don't we? Alright, well, let's start with the dirty table. There was the accumulated rubbish of weeks all over the table. Can we do anything with it? No. Bong. It was filled with filthy water. Can we take it? No. Messy bed. This was about as close as I wanted to get to the bed, which was just a mattress. There was no way of telling if it had been slept in recently. Okay. Window. The rain was still lashing down outside. Poster. Poster for a band, Ship Blair. I'd never heard of them. Anything behind it? Nope. Okay. Can we look at the bloody footprints or anything? Shopping list. It was a poorly written shopping list. The only words I could make out were beer and pizza. What else do you need? There was nothing in the fridge. It looked like Mark lived on takeout food. The fridge had a note on it. Look after yourself. It didn't look like Mark had followed this advice. I didn't think that taking the list would prove beneficial. Dirty dishes. The dishes hadn't been washed for weeks. Microwave. It was covered in brown stains. Can I open it? There was nothing inside except what? Except crusty filth. Okay. Well, it looks like we're going in the bathroom. My apologies. Holy shit balls. He melted. That's him. He melted right there. Mark wasn't here, but it looked like he'd left a lot of himself behind. Had he been attacked or had he done this to himself? Where could he have gone? And more importantly, why could I still hear a rustling? It seemed to be coming from the sink. No, he's there. That's him. That's Mark. You know it is. Gory mess. A pile of assorted viscera lay on the floor. There seemed to be an organ or two within the fleshy matter. Ew. But I couldn't recognize them. They seemed to be rotting, though the blood around them was relatively fresh. I tried not to gag. There was a t-shirt and jeans crumpled on the floor. They were soaked with blood. Can I take anything? There was trash in every pocket of the filthy jeans. I sifted through it and eventually found one item of interest. It was a handwritten invoice. We found the tattoo studio. Blood Web Tattoo Studio. For the two tattoos from the 14th of June, which was her birthday. I had little experience of commissioning tattoos, but that seemed very inexpensive. Clue gain, tattoo receipt. Nice. Medicine cabinet. It was a medicine cabinet. The mirror was covered in greasy smears. There was nothing in the cabinet, but there was some mold. Bloody handprint. A bloody handprint was smeared down the wall. I decided to leave further analysis for forensics. Okay. It's a toilet. Filthy bath. The bath was grimy, but otherwise unremarkable. Can't do anything with that. Oh, you know we have to do the sink, but I really don't wanna. Ah, I knew it. I knew it was gonna be nasty. He's nasty. The bile rose in my throat. The rustling was the gentle waving of glistening, fleshy leaves growing out of the plug hole. Ew. It is nasty, Space Fox. Who's hungry? The sink was slick with blood, and a lot of it. From the color, it seemed likely that it had been spilled relatively recently, most likely in the last 24 hours. Oh, in the last 24 hours. Horrific blood stains, handprints. Okay, let's look at the handprints. There was a bloody handprint on each side of the sink as if someone had braced themselves against it. Perhaps the blood in the sink had been vomited rather than seeping from a wound. Horrific blood stains. It was a lot of blood. It thickened around the plug hole. The pulsating blood hole? You mean that? The leaves of the strange plant were lined with pulsing veins. Each one of them quivered like a tongue? Bro. Ah, okay, I'm sorry I clicked on it. I'm sorry I clicked on it. I'm sorry I clicked on it. I'd like to undo that. I apologize. Can I use my handgun? No. Oh boy. That was unnecessary. I needed to call the station to get this place sealed off, but it was probably worth getting any lead I could beforehand. I thought I did. Okay, I guess we missed something. Okay, so we got a location. Was that what I needed? Was it just the location? I wonder if it was just the location we needed. Nope. I needed to call the station, but it was probably worth getting any lead I could beforehand. What could we be missing? The butler did it. I don't know what to... Can I use the screwdriver? No. Huh. I don't know what we're missing. Anybody got ideas? I can't leave. We're stuck here. Oh, there, we missed something. There it is, glossy paper. It was a Polaroid. Love you. Okay, so this must be Serena. There's Serena and Mark. I presume the man was Mark Torrance. He had an interesting style. It was Serena Schelenor. I realized that this was the first time I had seen her with life in her eyes and intestines inside her body. Love you. Thumbprint. There was a bloody thumbprint on the photo. It seemed that wherever Mark had gone in his wooden state, he had looked at this photo before he had left. Bridge. There was a bridge in the background of the picture, probably Cobb Bridge, the east of Ashfield. All right, now we got the clues. Got it. Oh, baby. I made the call in the phone booth outside to get the apartment sealed and analyzed. I doubted Mark would come back to that bloodbath, but if he was still alive, where was he? I had the tattoo studio lead, but there had to be more out there. I decided to head back to the office to get a uniform to go through Serena's records. Maybe they would find something of interest. Okay. I asked the front desk for Hogan or Braintree, but they'd already been sent to Torrance's apartment to seal it off and gather evidence. There was only one uniform who was free. Officer Bruce speaking. Bruce, it's Stanhope. What can I do for you? It's the Schelenor case. I need someone to go through her records and statements to see if there's anything that stands out. I'll see what I can do, and I'll try to have something on your desk in the morning. I appreciate it. Okay? Hell yeah, Space Fox, we rule! Let's see if the doc is in yet. Nope. Okay. Is she here yet? Oh, still the same thing? Okay. Alright, well, we're not going to call her daughter again. I guess we should go to the tattoo parlor. As I stepped out onto the sidewalk, the air around me seemed to hum. People moved in and out of focus. I leaned against a fire hydrant and lost my lunch into the gutter. Exhaustion dragged me down onto my knees. I couldn't even focus on the faces of those gathered around me. Some kind soul hailed me a cab, and eventually I found myself at my apartment. I dragged myself into bed and almost immediately fell into a deep sleep. Oh, okay. What the fuck? Bro? The blasted landscape spread around me for miles, horizon to horizon. A hot wind tore across the dust, whipping into ashen drifts. The light of the white sun above me became blood red as it washed over the dead landscape. Where am I? Toledo. I could see someone in the distance standing next to a tree. What in the fuck is going on? Oh, it's his old partner, I bet. Hello, Will. Ben? Detective Ben Drummel had been my mentor when I had started with the force. He had tempered my worst qualities with a calmly delivered advice. He had been a father figure, but had let me make vital mistakes that had led to improvement. Okay? His death had almost broken me. How can you be here? There was a twinkle in his eye. Is that really the strangest thing about this? Come on, Will, you can do better. His face suddenly dropped, his eyes widened. Ben! Something is wrong. No shit. Okay. The red moved under my hand. I could feel something beyond it, but couldn't find my way through, no matter how much I dug with my fingernails. What in the absolute fuck is going on? Oh my lord, we're covered in vomit. Amelia, sorry. What are you sorry for? This mess. It's your apartment and your shirt. What time is it? Just after 11. I thought I'd check on you after you didn't show up at the precinct. Braintree rang me. Oh, okay, thank you. I wasn't drinking if that's what you're thinking. I didn't say a word. It was something else. I passed out. I think maybe it's the heat. How did you get in? You left the door open. It's still trespassing even if the door is unlocked. Yeah, says the guy who used a screwdriver to break into somebody's apartment just a few hours ago. Not unlocked, open. You're lucky you still have that beat up record player. Ha ha ha. Was that your way of saying you want me to leave? No, I don't know. I need to get my head straight. Why don't you take some time off? The case. The case can wait. Maybe I shouldn't have gotten you involved. You don't mean that. She sighed. Lewis is back in town, so I've passed it over to him until Monday. You can send any information you have to him to follow up on. I'm fine. You look like shit. Thank you. All right. Let's be... I kind of want to be confident. I knew how to take care of myself. Come on, Luna. You don't have to look after me. I've been in far worse states. She looked at her feet. I know. I remember. Just rest, please. We can catch up on Monday. I'll see myself out. I had no doubt that she was right about how I looked, but I really did feel fine. As soon as she left, I got dressed, cleaned up, and planned my next move. One thing was certain. I wasn't about to hand this over to Lewis. I was staying on the case. Yeah, bitches. My goodness. All right. Hang on. Hang on. All right. I think I am going to go get dinner. That's what I think I'm going to do. So let's do a quick shave. Call this a day 2. And we'll come back to this next time. Because this game is freaking weird. And I love it. Yes, I want to quit. And we'll go here. And we'll this game, I think we should finish it up next time. And figure out if we're an alien or not. I'm pretty sure we are. Thank you all for hanging out. Let's see if the raid is going to work. Yep. We're going to go raid Sarky Poo and see what he's up to. I think he's playing something with Enfen, he said. So, yeah. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I'll see y'all soon. And we'll finish up some Abscission and some bloody bullshit or whatever. All right. I'll see you in Sark's chat. Let's go. Bye.
Because it's capsized. Air raid? No? What the fuck? No air raid for Tornado? Unacceptable! Get in here! What up, dude?